Hi, this is Christina with Treasure Books of Georgia, and I'm here with my 30-second journal to do a flip through for you. A little bit of housekeeping. She's 9.5 inches long, 6.5 inches wide. There are 3 signatures. Oh, and the spine is 3.5 inches. 3 signatures that are sewn in with a combination of glass and ceramic beads. There are metal protectors on each of the corners, and she's held together with just a piece of cheesecloth. The material for the cover is some that I was able to get at a thrift store, which I just love the earthy tones. And then the back I just left. It's just absolutely gorgeous, so I just kind of left that one alone. As I mentioned, there are 3 signatures, and I want to say 160, 170 pages front and back, but I'm not 100% sure on that number. As with each of my journals, I've included a writing board that's covered in some earthy tones there, and each one of the signatures is enclosed in a kraft cardstock folder. This one says hello, and it's embossed with, I believe it's copper embossing. So right here in the beginning, we've got a little pocket and a little snippet that says, I just want to make nice things. A little butterfly with a couple of journaling notes in there. And then a little journaling card here. I love the digitals, and most, if not all, the digitals come from Creative Fabrica. Just beautiful lace down the side there. And I have left several of the pages blank to make sure that there's room to journal. Oops, I skipped a page. So the very first few pages are blank. This one, as I mentioned, this is the 30-second journal, and I just did some dyeing, mainly with Lindy's Magicals. And of course, there's coffee dyed paper throughout. Excuse me. I did a lot of printing with on vellum, just kind of playing with it, and created this little, with the leftovers, this little book that's just got a bunch of, papers that you can journal with, and a piece of lace that goes right in here, and a little snippet that says Imagine. And again, this is our 30-second journal, and I just took one of the digitals and kind of cut it down and made a little belly band, and then you've got some grungy number cards that you can journal with, and then a little bit of cording down the side, and again, some places where you can journal. And this, again, playing with my printer, printed on newsprint. Just love that. A little place to journal there. And as I mentioned in my last video, I picked this up. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. I picked it up at a thrift store, but I love the cording. It's interesting. And this was just from an old card that I had, but I just love that color. And then did some embossing there, and I believe this is Altenews gold embossing powder. Lots of sewing. Oops, on this side, little dragonfly, little journaling card there, a little snippet that says Believe. And then you've got a couple of little pockets here with a little butterfly, and then another piece of ephemera with a little butterfly. Lots of butterflies in this. With my thick printing on thick vellum, just kind of made this fold out accordion style, just for fun. I just really like that. And then some beads down the side. And here I think this is a Tim Holtz scrap. I made a little nice siding or edging, I guess, for that. And then a butterfly, and added some dots. I believe that's from Glossy Accents in black. And then you've got a little pocket here and a little snippet that says Cherish. And I believe these are a couple. Yes, you've got a couple of little journaling cards there. And then you've got this tag, and I just did some collaging on that. Oh, and then some stenciling in the background, lots of numbers. Again, a little bit of collaging there, and then you've got a butterfly. I might have folded this little butterfly piece of paper there, just made it nice and neat, and then you've got a little flower journaling card there, journaling here, and then I did some dyeing with the lace. And these are from, I think I'd mentioned before, my mother-in-law's storage unit, and it has 73, so I don't know if this was printed in 1973. I'm not sure. I don't think this is a postcard. I think that's an actual picture. And then lots and lots of mixed media and you've got a little card there and a little snippet here, and then some stenciling in the background. Just a little journaling card here, and then I dyed some, I believe that is muslin. I did some dyeing on that. And again, like I was saying, I was playing with the printer. Some of it came out really cool, and then you ended up with sometimes just a happy accident, but I still think it came out very beautiful. And then this is the middle of our first signature, and then there's just a couple of beads at the end there. And I think the pink from this vellum kind of picked up that from that digital. This was something I had thrifted, turned this into a pocket and on either side, and then did some collaging on this journaling card, and a little snippet that says normal is boring, and then a little flower journaling card there. And this, I believe I printed this, was on one of the papers that I had coffee dyed and did a lot of other things to it, and I think I printed on it. So that, and then some burlap here with a little snippet that says hopeful, and then I did some stenciling in the background. And here you've got a little book, Live in the Moment. There's a little journaling card there, and a little pocket on either side, and then you've got lots of papers to journal with, and I believe there's a pocket, yes, a little pocket or a belly band in the back. And that just goes right here, and then a little snippet that says dream. I love that stencil. I think that's very pretty. Some journaling cards here, and then some, not coffee dyed, but some Lindy's Magicals down the side. And then you've got a little pocket here, and then lots of journaling cards there. And hopefully it's not too full to where you can add something if you'd like. This I took a butterfly and just sewed it to the page, so then you've got a little bit, or you've got a pocket on either side of the butterfly, and this says you are beautiful inside and out, and then some journaling space in the back, and I'll put that back in a minute. Then just a little snippet with a wax bead or wax seal there, and on this side just a little journaling card here that there we go, that you can journal on. And then on this side of the butterfly, you've got a little butterfly journaling card. And then just some leftover material there, and more of the newsprint. And I believe this is a Tim Holtz, just a Tim Holtz butterfly, and then some of that handmade paper. And it's in this clear pocket. Put that back, otherwise I won't get it back in there. Oops, come on, there you go. And then the little paper here, and just a little butterfly sticker, kind words cost nothing, and then a little cluster with a black and white button there. Some more of our number array there, and I believe this may be from a porch print digital from a while back. And then again, another blank page to add. And mixed media, this might be my favorite mixed media one. It says find joy in the ordinary. And then you've got a little journaling card with some black lace down the side. And then lots of cards here that I believe I took the digital and created these little pockets, cut them down. Got a little number there and another little journaling card there. And then again, some mixed media on packaging paper here, and I believe some stenciling in the background. Again, made some pockets with lots of flowers and stenciling in the back, and lots of little pockets there. And then I printed this on muslin. Oh no, I think this was a sheet that I did, and it says "Be your beautiful self," and that's embossed with some copper embossing powder. And then you've got several, and I did some collaging on each one of these little cards, and then some just plain cheesecloth down the side, and a little pocket here and a little journaling card there, and that takes us to the end of the first signature. And the back of this one just says sending love, and you can kind of see here in the center from that material, almost looks like a dandelion through the center. Our second signature starts off be happy. And then I believe this is from Pink Monarch Prints, I believe from one of their digitals. And then this is just a journaling card from Creative Fabrica. And it just goes right in there. And then you've got a little piece of ephemera here. This I took, I think a belly band from one of the digitals and turned it into a belly band, I think is what I did. And then this is from Bella magazine. And I love this. Sometimes I include this in my journals, but it says, "We are gatherers, the ones who pick up sticks and stones, an old wasp's nest fallen by the door of the barn." I love this for those of us that junk journal, love junk journaling. Anyways, there's that, and that slides in right there. And then this is from a 1935, just an ad out of a Popular Mechanics. Not a magazine, but a kind of a collection of all of that. And that's your vintage bit of history there. And then just did some stamping down the side here. And then on this, I just kind of created a pocket. So you've got this Simply Perfect in every way. And this is from Bella Grace magazine. I apologize for the crinkling sound. It says, "I don't ever crave extraordinary moments anymore, just small, gentle hums of beauty." And then I did some stamping here. And then this is a sketch that I did in 2019, and it's just a copy of something I had done. So lots of bold color to go with our earth tones. And I'll put that back in a minute. And then you've got a little pocket over here and a little journaling card. And then this is just black and white photo from somewhere that I think I got those thrifting at a thrift store. More mixed media, and a little snippet that says "Imagine," and then a couple of tags that I journaled on, or not journaled on, but stamped, and then another little flower. And here, again, taking some of the digitals and turning them into little cards, pockets. And this is a piece of the material, and it says "Spread Your Wings" material from the front. And then this was something I had printed on thick vellum, and I don't know, it's not really a mistake, but it came out really kind of cool. Anyways, be open to whatever's next, and you've got a little butterfly charm there, and then lots of places that you can journal, and I just think it just came out so pretty. On this side, let me take this off. It says, "I like old books and hole-in-the-wall coffee shops, ancient trees and old farmhouses." And I just did some stenciling all on there. And then a place for you to journal on the back. I'll leave that there. And then I took this digital and created several kind of book, places for you to journal. And then added little snippets down the side for the spine for the books. It's kind of fun. And then this is just a little bit more color, and it kind of matches our writing board. But this is printed on thick vellum, and then you've got a little journaling card. I just did a little bit of collaging on that. And it says, "You are your best thing," and a little card here. "Nobody is perfect." And then you've got a couple of other pieces of ephemera there. And this was a dyed paper, and I think that was like a marigold color. If you've seen my other videos, you know I love to include this in each one of my journals. Not my little saying, but the saying of "Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the number of moments that take our breath away." And then you can journal on the back for that, and it's held together with a little butterfly belly band. And again, playing around with the printer and the different prints on paper. And then just some cheesecloth down the side. I just think it came out so grungy and earthy. Loved it. And here's another one of those where I printed, and I tried to print like on the back of the vellum, but it only printed part of it, but it just worked out perfectly. I think it came out just absolutely gorgeous colors. This is a card that I had created, and I think it kind of matched our little marigold here. So you can journal on it, or you can send it to somebody to keep the envelope with it. And then here's a little bit more, a little book band here, and I believe this is another one of, let me see what it says here, so I can open it. Oh, This is again out of a Bella Grace magazine, and I can't pronounce that, but it refers to the collecting of books and letting them accumulate, not as a result of neglect, but rather as a source of joy. And that goes right into our little book belly band there. And again, more stamping down the side. And this is just I created but I'm not quite sure. Oh, I know what I was trying to do here. I'm trying to remember. It just flips out, and you've got a little journaling card here, and I just did some stamping and some embossing there. But this is a copy out of, again, the things that were in my mother-in-law's, storage. And this is basically a copy of a patent from 1914. And I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then here is the actual copy of the patent. So I just thought that was just incredibly interesting, and that goes right in here. And then you can journal with that card. These are some flowers from my garden, and a little pocket, and a couple of journaling cards there. And then some trim down the side. From the cover, I cut out a couple of the pieces from the cover and turned them into little pockets. And I just absolutely love the material. Pocket that I left empty for you to fill. And then this again from Pink Monarch Prints, a little snippet that says, I have confidence. And then you've got journaling cards in each one of the pockets. And lots of sewing. And then again, I just love these cards. I think they're so pretty. So you've got one on each side and a little journaling card here. And then I just did some stamping there. And this is The Only Impossible Journey is the one you never began. Little quote, and that brings us to the end of the second signature. It says hugs. Third signatures, hope you have a wonderful day. And I did, this is from 49 and Market. And then you've got a journaling card here. It says, be courageous. I love this lace. Again, more mixed media. And then again, this is from the packing paper. You can probably put this anywhere that you would like in the journal. Oops. Let me see if you can go back in there. Thank you very much. And then lots of little pockets down the side. It says bloom, and there's little flower journaling cards up and down. I thought that was really pretty. And then again, this is from a Tim Holtz fabric that I used as a edging there. Oops. It says, my life is my message, and you've got little journaling cards in each one of those. And then another one of these pictures. And again, I'm pretty sure that's what that 73 is. And then some mixed media corner pocket here. I love this page. It's got some wax on it and some other stuff. And then right here, tucked where you don't even really notice it, is a nice little pocket with a little journaling card. And then a little pop of color here, a little snippet that says worthy. And this is from, I believe this is from Flight Records. This was what was in my mother-in-law's storage. And it's from 1952, but actual flight record. And then this is on where I did some mixed media. And I've done this before. This is from another creator, but where you sew a bunch of papers along the side. And then this was some stenciling I had done when I coffee dyed the papers. And another little pocket says collect memories. And then I did, this is 49 and Market, some of their, I can't remember what they're called. Oh, my brain. Some place for you to journal there. And then this is from an old wedding dress. And I just did some dyeing. And then there's a couple of pieces of ephemera there. It says dream big. And this, again, you can see a theme of emerging here with thick vellum. And I used it as a side pocket. And then you've got a waterfall of butterflies, and each one, let's see, live in the moment, secrets of the heart, there are no little dreams, and build a dream. And then you've got a little side pocket here, and then little cards in each one of the waterfall pockets. And then that covers that. Thought it was really pretty. Made another, belly band here and a couple of pieces of ephemera there. And then I did some embossing here and took some material and also embossed on that. And then you've got a little butterfly card there. butterfly here. Again, some more mixed media and a journaling card there. And then did some dyeing to kind of match that page. And, oh, this is just folds out. And again, a little bit of that. I can't remember what that's called. Oh, I'm sure somebody knows what that is. Anyways, a little collage there, some dyeing there. And then this, I took one of the pieces, I think this is the vellum, I sewed on it, but just kind of a mixture, eclectic, I guess. And this, put this through my Big Shot, and then another piece of the mixed media, and then not eyelash lace, but a combination of beads. I believe that is from Taperology. And then we have reached the center with our butterflies, and like I said, each one of the signatures has beads there. This beautiful lace, isn't that gorgeous? I just absolutely love that. I believe I got that from Hobby Lobby, but turned that into a pocket, and included a copy of a sketch that I had done back in 2019, just for fun. And again, some more of the mixed media here. And that goes in that little vellum, oops, don't get crunched, vellum pocket. And then you've got a little snippet up here. A couple of tags here that I've stamped and collaged. And then this, I love to do this. It's just fun to do with the burlap strings and wooden buttons and a little glass button. It says Daydream. You've got a little journaling card here and mixed media. And then this is a little dragonfly journaling card. And here, and this was, I believe this was from maybe a curtain that I had thrifted. And this is a little charm that says, of course, Journal 32. And in the center here, this is actually a mixed media paper, whatever, so you can create anything you want on that. And just a little snippet says trust the process, and that goes in there. And then some stenciling on the back. More of the vellum. As you can see, I tried a lot of different experiments. A little card here. It says butterflies, and I believe this is just one of those raised ephemera things I got from probably Taperology. Little butterfly card, and again, more of the mixed media on packaging paper, things that you get from Amazon, places to journal there. And then this is original, I believe 1968. I just did some stamping there, but the original letter in there, and I think the envelope is just gorgeous. And then you can see some of the stenciling I did outside in the sun. A couple of corner pockets, and then these are from Bella Grace magazines, and I believe this is just a journaling. I believe this is just a journaling. Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, just a place for you to journal on beautiful paper there. And then this is from, like I said, from Bella Grace magazine. Some pretty cording down the side, and then this is from that antique book from I want to say 73, 71, but just one of the pages on how to price antiques. And then I just created a band down the side. And again, lots and lots of pockets, beautiful cheesecloth down the side, just plain. Again, where you can see stenciled outside. And then that brings us to the end, and you've got a little dandelion, She Let Go card, and then a couple of cards there. And my signature, and it says, You Are Amazing, at the end. Now, somebody has reached out and is interested in this journal, and if they decide to take it, that's great. But if they decide they don't want it, it will be listed in my Etsy shop. And if you are interested in me making a journal for you, please reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Bye.